Well, joined here by Danny Caird. Danny, firstly, let me ask you about that South Africa game last weekend. Just how much confidence has that given the guys heading into the All Blacks test?
Yeah, it was awesome to get the win back at Twickenham. Thought the crowd were unbelievable. Probably made the difference for us getting over the line at the end. And giving us, massive confidence going into play New Zealand this weekend. Really looking forward to playing them. It's been a while. They're the best team in the world, and it's a good opportunity for us to show what we can do.
What have been the key things you guys have been working on this week here at Benny Hill Park?
I think it's about an 80-minute performance. Sounds pretty boring, but against New Zealand, you've got to be on it for the full 80 minutes, and they're the best team in the world for a reason. They finish incredibly strong, so I think the last 20 minutes are going to be crucial. But I think the first 20, the guys who start the game got real opportunity to set the tone, and we've been working hard. We're confident, and we're looking forward to it.
How key is discipline this weekend? There were 11 penalties last weekend, and South Africa didn't necessarily capitalise on those, but New Zealand might do this weekend, so it's a case of not giving them any cheap points.
Yeah, the easiest way for them to get into the game is through our real discipline, and it's something that we want to be right on top of. Like I say, they're pretty ruthless and relentless when they get opportunities, so the amount of opportunities you can limit them to having in your half, the better, because they're pretty deadly off them. So discipline in any game is crucial, but against the best team in the world, it's right high up in our priorities.
And you've beaten the best team in the world personally, 2012 I think it was. Can you read anything into that result? Does that have any factor, or can you draw any confidence from that result? 6 years on even.
Yeah, it's a long old time ago. And I've only beaten them once, but I just think that day, there's a few of us lads who are in the room still at the moment who played 6 years ago, and it was a full 80-minute performance. We didn't let them, didn't give them an inch, and you got to be at your best to beat them. And I think, like I say, a full 80-minute performance, you can't let up at all. You got to hope you catch them maybe on a little bit of an off day as well. Is always nice, which I think they probably were 6 years ago. And look, it makes no difference 6 years ago, a result that happened. We're just really looking forward to what we can do this Saturday, and excited to welcome them to Twickenham.
Just in terms of that team news today, Chris Ashton makes his first start since 2014. Obviously, we've not seen him a huge amount in England. We've not seen him much this season because of his ban. But what have you seen from him in camp which makes you think he can make a real difference this weekend?
Yeah, it's brilliant to see Ashy back. One of my best mates in the team, another Northerner back in. I know how hard he's worked to get back to this moment, and how desperate he is to show what he can do. And he's been so desperate to get back in an England shirt. And chuff for him. He's one of probably the most natural born finishers I've ever seen. His fitness and work rate second to none. He'll chase the ball, and he makes sure you know when he's around, because he wants the ball all the time. And in his very loud Wigan voice, you hear him over a lot of other people. So he's itching to get out there on Saturday, and I can't wait to see what he can do.
Just finally, for you personally, obviously this season, this week even, you'll play as a finisher again. Have you accepted that's going to be your role in the side, or do you still think you can offer something in that start position? You can put even more pressure on Ben, or do you actually now embrace that role you have within the side?
Look, I've said the past few years, as long as we win and I'm involved and I get to play and help the team win, then I don't mind how many minutes I get. But everyone wants to start. Obviously, I'd love to start, and I think myself and the other scrum halves are pushing Benny for that starting role, but he's a pretty good player, and I understand the reasons why Benny's starting the game, and whatever role I get asked to do, I'm more than happy to do it. Like I say, as long as we get the right result.
Danny, some people say that New Zealand is the greatest team of any sport in the world. What do you think when you hear statements like that?
Yeah, I think you look at the stats. Their win ratio is pretty exceptional now. I'm sure it beats Barcelona and Real Madrid, and you have to look at how good they are. It's pretty impressive. Look, from my debut game was against New Zealand 10 years ago, and it was a pretty rude awakening to international rugby, but an unbelievable one, and it's brilliant to play against them. We're really looking forward to this weekend. We're happy with how the weekend went, but we still know we can be better, and we have to be better if we want to get the result right this weekend. But it's the biggest game in the world for us, because it's the next game, and we're really looking forward to taking on the world's best.
Do you wish you had more opportunity to play against them?
Oh, you never know. I could be on after the first minute. You never know what happens in Test match rugby. You got to be ready, and I just know I'll be ready if called upon.
Just this weekend, obviously, is a weekend of great significance for both teams. Will you guys be talking about that before the game? Will you think about it during the match or anything like that?
Yeah, it's obviously something you're always aware of, and this week's always a massive week, and hopefully we can put on a performance to make a lot of people proud.
Just to be specific about giving us Remembrance Sunday this weekend. Is that something you'll be thinking about?
Yeah, obviously Remembrance Sunday. We all know how proud and passionate we are about that and who we're representing, and every time you put on this shirt, you're representing people here and people that aren't here anymore. And for us, it's a huge weekend. We'll think about it, but obviously our main focus is on getting a result on Saturday.
A year out from the World Cup, how important is it for England to make a statement against the best team in the world?
Yeah, look, I don't think this one weekend will define what's going to happen in the World Cup. Like I said, all we can do is try our best to get the result on Saturday. Playing against the best team in the world, we'll know where we're at come the final whistle. Hopefully we're on the right side of the result, but that doesn't mean anything for a year's time. Still an awful lot of time to go. But you can't beat that sort of winning feeling, the winning feeling we got from the weekend. Obviously, we'd love to get the win again at the weekend, but I don't think it has an awful lot of relevance for a year's time.
Danny, can I get your views on Beauden Barrett and what sort of threat he poses?
Yeah, I mean, Beauden Barrett is probably the best player in the world over the last year or so. I think he carries more than any other player in that All Black side. You see some of their big forwards, you'd think it'd be one of them, but obviously he likes to get his hands on the ball as much as he can. Likes his offensive kicks. He plays with the ball on a string at times. So we know he's one of many threats that they've got, and someone we're going to have to look out for.
Is it fair to try and draw a comparison with Owen? Do they compare in any way?
I think they're both one of the best players in the world, both playing in the 10 jersey. It'd be brilliant to watch two of the best go at it. But I think they're very different, but very similar in the same way. I'm sure Beauden's a massive leader in that New Zealand team, as Owen is for us. And let's just hope Owen gets the better of him.
And finally, it felt like the result on Saturday lifted a bit of pressure on the team and on the coach. Has Eddie been any different this week? Have you noticed any differences? Has he been a bit more relaxed and chilled out?
No, he's the same. He's the same Eddie as he is every week. As soon as we get to Sunday, as soon as that game's finished, it's on to the next job. And we always say the next game's the biggest game, and it happens to be the best team in the world that we're playing. So if you can't get up for this one, then you shouldn't be in the room. And we're all excited. Eddie's excited. All the coaches are excited, and we can't wait to get out there on Saturday. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.